What up, my people? It's your boy Leo. I'm here with Ray, and welcome to another episode of Roll Up and Wrestle. Don't forget, we will be live tonight at 8 p.m. for Wild Thursday. But until then, enjoy the show. Woo! That's so good. That is so nice. That is so nice.
You happy now?
I'm somewhat happy. I gotta figure out some other stuff that I would like to do with it, but I am somewhat reasonably happy with it. Sounds good to me. It doesn't sound too shabby at all. All right. Welcome back. How was your night?
It was alright. Saw some good NXT. Horrible ending. Saw Charlotte again. But it was alright.
The Star.
Oh yeah.
The Star. Oh, I got some crazy funny news about being the Star. Okay. I definitely do.
Enlighten me.
First off, let's talk about the ratings real quick. NXT 592,000, AEW 701,000. Big gap.
I'm not surprised. NXT is a little drier at the moment. They'll probably kick it up a little bit coming up since we're getting close to their takeover. So yeah, AEW won again.
Not too bad. Also, we have Double or Nothing. So I guess we can also do a prediction in this nice little audio. First in, the Best Friends versus the Private Party. Winners are the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
I'm going to go with Private Party.
I think the Best Friends are going to end up taking this one. They've been hot as of late. They've been looking smooth. And plus, I think they're the number 2 contenders on the rankings. Number 1, maybe? Don't really remember. I have very bad memory. Dustin Rhodes versus Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears had his little segment last night saying that Dustin retired and he got upset that he's not on the card. So he officially threw himself onto the card by challenging Dustin.
I have Dustin defeated Peyton's husband.
Okay, sounds good to me. I like it. I'll take Dustin over Shawn as well, and I don't know why. But I think, no, you know what? No, I got Shawn Spears. I'm going a different route.
If he gets this win, I say his name.
I'll go with Shawn Spears. So if he gets the win, he'll have a name?
Yeah.
He'll have a name, all right.
Peyton's husband.
As of now, right? We have Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander.
That match ain't happening.
May not happen due to whatever, but we'll talk about that later on. But as of now, it's still in the card.
Oh, you gotta go with the dentist. They're building her up. She got pyro.
Yeah, she got a lot of good pyro. So, yeah, Britt Baker. Yeah,
she's fighting the alien?
She's fighting the alien, yeah. Trying Chris Statlander.
This is a great character matchup.
Yeah, the dentist versus the alien. I'll take Britt as well. Then we have MJF versus Jungle Boy. As we know, MJF has been harassing a lot of people, just squash matches left and right. It seems like Jungle Boy would be his first real competitive match since he defeated Cody.
I'm going with MJF because I know they're building him up.
They're building both of them up.
But he's the quicker one.
Yeah.
Because he's the heel.
Yeah, so I'll MJF as well. Sounds about right. Sounds good to me as well. Then we have the Stadium Stampede match with the Elite. It's going to be Kenny, Hangman, the Young Bucks, and Matt Hardy versus the Inner Circle. That is Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz.
I'm going to go with the Elite and them.
You think they finally get the big win?
Yeah, because the Inner Circle won the last one from what you told me on Wednesday when they had that street fight.
Yeah.
When Samuel ran over and stuff, they won that one.
Yeah. They've been winning a lot, too. They've been beating the Elite left and right.
So Tony, right?
Yeah, okay. We'll go with the Elite. Then we have the Casino Ladder match with Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Rey Fenix, Scorpio Sky, Kip Sabian, Frankie Kazarian, Luchasaurus, and a mystery entry. Winner receives a future AEW World Championship match.
I am going with the 9th guy, the mystery guy.
You go with the mystery guy?
And I don't know who it is because I found out it wasn't the first choice I had in mind.
Who was your first choice?
I had EC3.
Yes, EC3. The guy who's on the 90 days.
No complete
calls.
Now, I'm lost. I don't know who could it be. I couldn't. So I'm just going to go with whoever it is.
All right. What if it's like Dana Perosa or somebody? Like a female.
I like her anyways. Master of the Armbar, I like her.
I'm going with Darby.
Oh, man.
Go with Darby. He's number 5 in the rankings. Go with Darby.
I don't know how he's number 5.
I don't know neither, but I'm going with Darby. Like I said, him and Orange Cassidy I would like to see at the top. If it wasn't Orange Cassidy and Darby, I would like to see MJF, but MJF is already in a match, so I'm sticking with my original pick. Darby and Orange at the top. Darby comes out of it. Then we have the AEW's Women's World Championship match. No DQ, no count out. Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida.
I'm going with the champion.
Nyla, the Beast?
Yeah.
The native Beast? Yeah. She's looking like a real strong champion, so I would like to see her continue the progress. And then when
these are the 2 best with the records, right?
Yeah, these are the 2 best record-wise.
All right, so it should be a good match.
Yeah, it should be a good match. It should be good. They're both really good. They work well together.
It's a street fight too, you said, right?
Yeah, no disqualification.
Oh, so yeah. All right.
Someone's going through a table.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that because I know what's her name again? Hiroshita.
Yeah, Shida. You can just call her Shida.
With the kendo, she favors a kendo stick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So. And
Nyla favors tables. She puts everyone through tables.
Right, so she was from Dudleyville. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to watch this match. Let me tell you, I'm so excited. I got to see what this women division's about. It got a lot of hype to it.
Next, we have the AEW TNT Championship match.
Oh, yeah.
Cody versus Lance. Mike Tyson to present the title. They were emphasizing on Mike Tyson knocking someone out a lot last night. So what are your predictions on that one?
I'm going with Cody. They're gonna do a nice PR move here. Cody's gonna win the title.
Oh man,
ruined story. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I have I like Lance Archer's New Japan, so I'm going with the Murder Hawk.
Shout out to Lance Archer for retweeting my tweet that I sent him because he asked, "What do you see me doing to Cody on Saturday?" And I put a GIF of one of the My Little Ponies stomping on the ground, saying they're never gonna find the body. So shout out to Lance for that. Thank you, Lance.
I would love if they did it. I would be happy with it, but I know probably not. If they would have just let Lance squash Cody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just completely, just squash him.
Give him no type of hope. Like,
just squash him.
Like, change Cody and Arn's mind after this match. Like, Jesus, what did we get ourselves into?
Yeah, and then let Cody, go on this nice, long recovery road to getting back, to getting the title. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. Like, Lance is just unstoppable, unbeatable. Every title match squashes people left and right. Towards the end, when
because if you honestly ask me, if you gave me the papers or whatever, the book of to book them, I'm gonna have Lance Archer take the title from Moxley. Simple fact that they have history from their New Japan days that they will obviously mention in their promos.
Yeah,
and then those matches will be. They'll probably have another death match or something like that. But I mean, that's who I personally think is going to take the title from Moxley, in my eyes. If you had to take someone now to do it, I would pick Archer.
Okay. But
let him build.
Yeah.
Because you need that type of guy in your system, whatever.
Yeah, we don't know if Lance Archer, we don't know what's working or not without the crowd there.
Yeah, but with a character like Archer, you should already know what the fans will think about him. Like, he's a nutcase.
Yeah.
Like his whole character is just to annihilate whoever's in the ring, and whoever you feel like hitting, and that's it. Mm-hmm. It'll work anywhere, even without a crowd. Like you could just have people too, like Lance Archer's insane, or Jesus, this guy did a whole moonsault off the third rope and stuff. Like,
I'm picking Lance Archer to win this. Not for nothing, I want them to do a whole stretcher angle where Cody got to be taken out on a stretcher.
Oh,
yeah, just
off a pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, off a pay-per-view, yeah.
Wow.
It's a pay-per-view. Why not?
I don't know, man. You're doing a little too extra because, TakeOver's right around after this.
It's all right. It's not that bad. I think it'll be nice. Then we have Jon Moxley versus Mr. Brody Lee for the AEW World Championship match.
They rushed this, but I'm going to go with Moxley.
I'm going to go with Moxley, but someone's going to ruin it for Mr. Brody Lee.
Who do you think?
I have no idea. I think Brody Lee is going to look good in the Raw.
I think Seven is going to do it.
7, okay. I think one of the little minions that they have.
Oh, you got to choose a number. It's easy. It's 1 through 10.
Okay, so I think somebody's going to debut as 3.
They haven't shown all of them?
What?
They haven't shown all of them?
They haven't shown nobody. No one has shown their faces except for that tag team.
Like, is there actually 10 guys that they have numbers for?
No. There's only one guy with a number. It's 10.
Oh, I thought.
But you want to pick a number, so I just threw a number. 3.
I thought they had like 10.
No. They just have one guy that's named 10. That's it. But I do think somebody will cost Mr. Brody Lee the title.
I can see that.
To keep it going, and then Brody Lee will look good in the loss. Like he's gonna look dominant throughout the match. He's gonna get distracted somehow. Moxley's gonna end up picking up the win on some crazy nonsense.
I could see that definitely. Yeah, to keep Brody Lee in the picture,
and then it starts a new feud for Brody Lee down the line against whoever cost him the match, and then you can just go forward with Moxley and whoever you want after that. So. That's how I see that coming out and playing out to be.
No, that'd be the right way to do it, to keep Brody into the title picture and continue him so that this loss doesn't affect him.
All right, now let's get into some news. We got some news coming out from the wrestling world and across other platforms. Let's start off with the 24/7 title. J.J. Watt wants Rob Gronkowski, also known as Grunk, to defend the WWE 24/7 title on the NFL field. How do you feel about that?
The only way they're doing that is at a practice facility or around Tampa Bay. Only way they're doing it.
Yeah, that's the way I see it happening. I would like a Jacksonville Jaguar to win the belt somehow, some way. It'll be fun. You guys already know where that can go. Yeah. I don't really care for it.
It's ratings.
That's all it is. Yeah, that's all it is. All it is ratings, The more stars you have for the belt, the more ratings you get, the more eyes you have, more news coverage you have. Imagine some famous star that has a 24/7 title is doing an interview on, like, the Ellen show. Someone comes in and just pins him.
That would be fun.
And then runs out. So now you have all these new coverage, like, what just happened?
JJ's smart. He has a great idea with it. Obviously R-Truth's going to be involved. And they'll probably use Tom Brady as well. Like, him to first go after Brady, and then Brady goes, I'm not the champion.
Yeah.
Something like that. It'll be fun.
I'm trying to see if stay in... Yeah, we can stay in WWE. Shotzi Blackheart is getting the push in NXT after her nice long little vignette that she had last night with her and that Tank.
Her Tank. She said she's the exact same thing as a Tank. She takes no BS from anybody. I guess they're giving her the push. I'd rather see Chelsea Green get it. But it doesn't even matter anyways. As long as Charlotte's champion, it does not matter who gets a push. It does not matter. There ain't no star bright enough than Charlotte right now in NXT.
It's nice to see a new face try to get a push.
Oh no, that I agree with. I totally agree with that.
I seen her previously on NXT. I was intrigued by her character. She reminded me of Ruby Riott. Yeah, it's nice. If they're gonna push her, I'm all for it. I'm all for the push.
Well,
I don't mind.
Well, remember they lost Bianca, so they gotta fill
You gotta fill that role. So Shanti could do to fill that role, especially if she's saying that she owns that tank. By the way,
she's good.
That big tank you saw in the vignette, that's her tank.
She's good. She'll be all right. She's good.
Seth talked about losing respect for Jim Cornette after his comments on Becky Lynch and the whole pregnancy.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm happy he did let people know how he felt. Jim Cornette did go out of line saying all that stuff. And for Seth, it was, it probably did hurt him because of the fact they did work together in Ring of Honor. He did mention that. So he always had that burden for Jim when people used to say negative things about him. Seth would think otherwise because of the work they had done together, but it shows how quick, things can change.
Yeah, things can definitely change from A to Z, especially when you don't care about anything and you just say what's on your mind and don't care about how people feel about certain things and you don't care about people's respect towards you and you start doing that. I mean, hey, listen, we both know Jim is a loose cannon. We both expect Jim to be this loose cannon because that's who he is. He's reckless. He says what's on his mind without any repercussion towards it.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care, He's a wrestling historian, but he's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say delinquent. Delinquent's not the right word for him.
Even if it's not his matter to be saying stuff like that, about a woman wanting to get pregnant and stuff, like, who cares? Like, she wants to start a family, then so be it.
It just wasn't nice. It wasn't fair to say,
It was a terrible comment, maybe.
Yeah, it was very terrible. Very terrible.
I just think sometimes he does it because he knows he'll get attention for his stupid remarks and stuff. Like, he knows there's going to be people out there that just, like, listen to it to just, just to go off on it and, like, say how rude of a person he is and stuff. That's all it is. And in this one, he crossed the line. Seth has every right to feel the way he does right now because the history they have with each other. And that's it now. We move on. And he said it himself. She's going to be fine, money-wise, all that.
Yeah.
So, it was just bad on Cornette's take on it.
Ric Flair re-signed a WWE contract, even though earlier today someone has said that he hasn't. But then later on, he tweeted out and he showed the proof of the contract of itself. So it looks like Flair is staying in WWE.
First taker now, him. Shoot, everyone's
gonna be signed with
coming back.
Yeah. Sonya Deville wants to play Batwoman on the CW after Ruby Rose stepped down after the first season.
Ooh, I can see that.
Yep. The CW said they want to hire somebody in the LGBTQ community. And Sony said, hey, just give me a chance and let me show you what I can do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. She'd be perfect for it.
Yeah, she has MMA background.
That's it. She already does the sports entertainment part.
Yep.
So she just got to do it in a series role, like the action and all that. That part's gonna be easy.
Oh, and she looks good in leather. Black leather, she looked good. Freshly released Tanya Conti.
That's
yes,
that chick.
Said that WWE officials told her not to say the word crazy on TV after she taunted opponents by asking, "Are you crazy?"
Oh my goodness.
Looks like they're going for that good PR move.
And she's released too. She was good.
Yeah, she was. The word crazy is not very much PC. So I can understand where they're coming from, and I can understand why they don't want her saying the word on TV. But, I mean, come on now. We get it. It's wrestling. Like, I don't think and she's talking to her opponents. It's not like she's talking to the masses.
Yeah,
like let her be her character.
That's what they think. They think, like, whatever they say, it's, like, towards everybody. It's like, no, it's just part of that moment.
Mm-hmm. Also, Drew McIntyre is now to be introduced as the star of Monday Night Raw when being interviewed by people.
What? What?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm so serious.
That's how they're going to rephrase him to?
That's
the star?
The star of Monday Night Raw. Whenever someone does an interview to him, that's how they have to introduce him as.
So you got to say that and WWE champion as well.
So yeah, so when you're doing an interview, and this is according to an ESPN article, ESPN, they said that when you introduce him, you have to say, the WWE champion and the star of Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre.
Oh, this is a nice push then. Oh, all right. That a boy. Yeah, who came up with this idea?
No idea.
Oh, yeah.
But I know it's being implemented.
Oh, that is yes, I'm with that. Hell yeah, why not?
Yep.
That a boy, Drew. Congrats.
Let's take it back to AEW real quick. Ray Phoenix, Britt Baker, and Matt Jackson are all injured from last night's show. We don't know the severity of the Britt Baker injury.
She's always injured.
Matt Jackson injured himself on that cross body when he did it off that little balcony thing. And then Ray Phoenix nearly killing himself.
Oh, when no one caught him.
Because he wants to do extra stuff in midair.
No one caught him.
So no one knew what to do with him. So all those people are injured. And they may be jeopardy of... they might put in jeopardy of the matches themselves. So...
The only match that most likely they say was going to get canceled is the
Britt Baker, because they don't know the severity of her knee injury. Ray Phoenix, we don't know anything about, and Matt Jackson may have a broken rib or something. And knowing Matt, he's probably going to do the match. He's probably going to do the match anyway.
I see. That's probably the main event of the show, anyways.
Yep. TNT Championship will not be in the rankings, and that the champion will be its own division, with the top 5 being non-champion. I'm paraphrasing and I'm rewording what Cody said on the what is it called? He had this big time interview thing today with a media interview.
Okay.
With the media call. They asked him about the TNT title. He said the TNT title would not be in the rankings and that the champions will be its own. What I read as its own division with top 5 being non-champions. So I guess the TNT title would just be the TNT title and have its own top 5, and then the AEW World title will be there and then have its own top 5. That the champions would not be ranked in anything. They would just be known as the champion, as if UFC divisions. Right. This is how I was this is how my understanding of it while I was reading what he was saying about it. So these are not his exact words.
All right. I kind of like it. I thought I liked the what you said when we talked about how they were gonna have him go as the number.
Yes, that was according to Tony Khan. That's from yesterday, and now today Cody came out speaking about it like this.
But it makes sense though,
not
to have the champion not be in the ranking.
Yeah,
because it shows all right, no matter who's the champion of the TNT title, he's always gonna be the number 2 ranking
contender to the world
title. So it's what's the point of that? Basically, you rather have the non champions on the list, and whenever he loses the TNT title, then you could put him in the top 5.
Yeah, Cody said. I know Cody did say that the TNT title, they don't know how they're looking at it just yet. They don't know if it's going to be its own division or if it's going to be the workhorse title. I would prefer it to be its own division. I don't want it to be the secondary belt. I don't want it to be the workhorse title. I just want it to be its own title.
Well, no matter what, it's always going to be considered the secondary.
Well, yeah, because it's wrestling.
Yeah. So them saying, I get what they're saying. You want the title to have its own prestige and stuff like that. You want to be far different from all the other titles. But I mean, as long as you have a main title, it's always going to be you can always use it as a stepping stone. Not really a stepping stone, but to start carving the some new fresh talents with the old vets or so, like to get them ready for like main event if they're ready for it.
Yeah, just like like WWE did with the Intercontinental title. What they used to do with the Intercontinental title. What New Japan is now doing with their Intercontinental title.
You could say that, but he owns the IWGP Heavyweight title.
Well, now he does now, but it's what they were doing.
Whenever Naito does have the title means something. Yeah. The matches are important. But with him defending both titles at the same time, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it'll be nice. But back to TNT title. I would just like it to be its own entity. I don't want people to look at it as a secondary title. I don't want people to look at it as a stepping stone. I just want it to be looked at its own entity.
Well, it's on them on how they run
and how they
run the titles
and how they produce it, how they show it off. Yeah, he said he has yet to see the title, and that the first time anybody's going to see the title is when they reveal it on TV. So I'm pretty sure Tony Khan and TNT know what it looks like. I'm pretty sure the maker of the title know what it looks like. And
they better not have a disaster like the Universal. But they won't have a crowd to ruin the match, so lucky them.
Yeah. But, I mean, people could still go right to social
media.
That's
on social media. Who cares for social media?
Real quick with fingers.
I'd rather have that than a bunch of fans every time they see it go, ugly belt.
Oh, my God. That ruined such a good match. Back to WWE. Arn Anderson talks about how commentary buried talent on WWE and that it's Vince who allows this to happen.
I believe it.
So do I.
He's in control.
Exactly. That's exactly what he was saying. He said everything goes through Vince about the product, and Vince allows the commentary to bury talent on WWE TV, and that he never understood why. I don't understand why you allow that to happen either. These are the guys on your television, on your company, that you're supposed to have me invest in, and yet you're over here bashing the guys, so why do I care when they wrestle anybody?
That's how they got the Miz over, because Michael Cole was kissing ass the whole way of his title run and all that. Like, he built everyone to hate the Miz. That's why we said that Michael Cole plays a major part in the success of the Miz. Yeah. Because it's every Monday night. He would tell you all that Miz is amazing, blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, shut up. Like, we got to hear you say this for 3 whole hours. And you didn't even get to the Miz's promo yet, where you get 10 minutes of the Miz talking, and Cole just going, "Oh, that's amazing stuff." Like, he believed this guy, and then like whoever the Miz fought, it was like, "Oh, he's a nobody," blah blah blah. That's how they set it up with the King. When the King fought the Miz before Mania, and Michael Cole cost him the title. Yeah, he bashed him down or whatever. So I'm not surprised. WWE's been doing that for a very long time, for as long as I've watched it. Yeah. Especially recently, now that, they're just a bunch of robots with scripts. So they just gotta say everything. It's like when you hear the video game and then you hear the actual live commentary, it's like, Jesus, right on point. If there was one thing if there's one thing the game was right on, it was the commentary. Like,
the commentary?
Boom, boom. You mix it in, it's like, okay, I can definitely hear you say this on live TV. And then when you actually watch live event, Jesus, 2K was good on one part of the game. Like, you got the audio right. But I'm not surprised, though, so.
I just see it pointless. I see what they're doing is pointless. I think it's ineffective. It's a waste of time, and that's how people don't get over. They want to wonder why they can't create stars. Well, there goes one of the reasons why you can't create a star.
It's true.
You're burying your own talent. What are you doing? If you're going to bury your own talent, why even have them? Let them go. Release them.
Nah, he won't do that.
Well, speaking about releases, WWE is no longer worried about whether released wrestlers will sign with new or other competitors in the current environment.
They know.
So WWE, it looks like they are filling their obligations of, if you want to be released, you may leave.
They know. Not all companies. They know not that many companies are working right now. It's just them and AEW.
Well, Impact is working.
Yeah, but Impact's not trying to pay a big time guy coming out of WWE or something.
Yeah, plus they're in Canada.
So it's not But I'm not surprised Vince is. But when everything is under control, let's see if Vince has the same energy.
Yep, it'd be very entertaining to see. if he does. Last but not least, we both seen the documentary last night, Dark Side of the Ring, the Owen Hart. We seen the whole spot, the rig that was holding him, the clip, that little tiny clip, 6 pounds of pressure to open it. Man's 280 pounds, coming down from the sky. Dave Meltzer was speaking about it, and Dave said that if Bret Hart was in the WWF at that moment, and not WCW, Owen would have never done the stunt.
I agree. They would have just had them probably do tag team titles or something.
Dave said that he believes Bret had enough power to make it not happen if he wanted to, because Owen didn't want to do it, as said throughout the documentary. You know, he just didn't want to do it. He was nervous about it. He didn't feel safe about it. So I do believe that if Bret was there, we would still have Owen Hart today. It's crazy how one little incident, like one little thing, just makes a whole, like, rip effect in the future. Bret going to WCW, then they had to make a big Canadian star. They chose Owen, but then they made him into the Blue Blazer again, which I don't understand why.
Well, it's because he didn't want to do the role with flirting with Deborah for the sake of his family and stuff. Like, he didn't want to do the role because he was a devoted husband.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So he kept denying that little scene. Excuse me. So Vince gave him the Blue Blazer, and he just took it as like, okay, I guess I'll do this then, since it'll get me away from that trying to mess around with Deborah nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Deep episode. I almost teared once or twice, probably. I've always had fond of respect for Owen. Amazing worker, one of my favorites. I always, if I have to, watch a match of his or watch one of his little slammy speeches that he did.
Any promo, right?
He stole the second slammy and told everybody I won it. And everyone knows what he did was just take it from the stand and go, woo! Back-to-back slammies, baby! He was great, but, you know, watching yesterday, it was, I found out about new things about the hook, that it only could take 6 pounds of
pressure to open.
Emotional episode. Emotional.
You know, one thing about the documentary that I wanna get out there, and I don't know how this is gonna sound, and I'll probably get criticized for this. Everyone's on Kevin Dunn and what Kevin Dunn said to JR and what happened, that whole scenario where Jim Ross is asking Kevin for an update. Kevin goes, he's dead, and you're back on in 10, 9. I understand that sounds like real douchish and like really messed up from Kevin Dunn, and he looks like the real, he looks like a big asshole, basically. But that's not Kevin Dunn's call. Like, people seem to forget Vince is in control of everything. People seem to forget that it's Vince that says the show must go on. So if Vince is saying the show must go on and you're in Kevin Dunn's situation, you're going to go back onto the show. Your job's in jeopardy. There's no way you're going to sit there and tell Vince, no, Vince, we should not be going back on. He's just going to fire you and put someone else in your spot so you can just be like, okay, Vince, the show will go on. You know, everyone talks about how Vince don't like yes men, but yet Vince surrounds himself with nothing but yes men. It's really insane and absurd. So for Kevin Dunn to get the backlash that he's getting, I think it's kind of unfair. And I think the backlash should be towards Vince, but everyone has their perception of the show. Everyone has their perception of that moment in the show. I get it. I understand it. But I just think it's not right that Kevin Dunn is getting that type of heat for that spot where he has no control over.
I could see why people would think like that, especially after watching the episode the way JR describes it. He goes, well, I don't have no new update. Well, Owen's dead. You're going on in 10. So obviously your first thought watching it is like, wow, what an a-hole. Like, really just like that. Like, okay, cool. Like, you know, like it sounded like the way he told, like the way Jared described it, it's like Vince told him, like, oh yo, the show got to go on. Just let him know that he passed away, and done. Keep it going. So it's like, okay, you sound like you're a jerk in this one. Like you just want everyone to know, like, yeah, we just had a body going in front of us, so but let's go on with the event. Like this is what you guys paid for, and you could tell because I watched it. As soon as we finished watching the episode, I decided to watch the pay-per-view, the exact pay-per-view that happened. So they take everything out. The introduction starts with a picture of Owen, and they tell you that he passed away during this broadcast. And I go to the part where it was after the Owen incident, and you could just hear it in JR's voice. Like, he didn't want to be there. Like, he did not want to be there. Like, that whole arena was in shock. I don't blame Martha for feeling the way she does about the company and stuff. Like, you only want him in the Hall of Fame so you could sell so you can make quick millions off my husband's name and stuff. But, wow. By far the best episode Dark Side of the Ring's done.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's right up there with the whole Chris Benoit one.
Owen should have got 2 parts.
Yeah, 2-hour special.
He should have got the 2-part, like how they did with Benoit. 1 hour this week, second week the other.
Mm-hmm.
End the season like that, like a special 2-part series on. But rest in peace to all. And it's crazy. This Saturday is the actual date.
Oh wow,
that it happened.
Wow.
So I guess that's why they premiered it this week, most likely.
Yeah, I can see that.
But sad day in wrestling. Sad day.
Very sad. It is. Well, I mean, it's not. I'm trying to figure out the words to say here. There really isn't much you can say about it. Everyone's gonna have their opinions about it. Everyone's gonna have their thoughts and their perception of the show, and formulate their own stuff. And again, I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to blame. I'm not saying anything. I just want people to understand that Vince has all the say in the world on what happens in the shows. Vince has everything to say. I'm not here trying to bash Vince, but I bash Vince on a weekly basis, on a daily basis at most, because the stupidity that just comes out on the news about the WWE, and I'm just like, Vince, what are you doing? Like, do you hear any stupidity coming out from the NFL and Roger Goodell? No, Roger Goodell protects that shield. I was gonna say the MLB, but that's down the hole. And the NBA, like, do you hear any news coming out from the NBA and its owners or anything? No, because the commissioner protects that shield. Like Vince just does things, and he has like no awareness of the outside world whatsoever, and does not care about what the outside world perceives onto his vision of the company, and it's not good. It's not good. So I just wanted to get that out there so people can understand. Like, you gotta look at it in a bigger spectrum of light. Like, big beaver teeth. Dud does not run the company. He does not have the say on whether the show should start or stop, or when to pause things, and he has no say in all, none of that. He gets the word from the big man, and he just follows orders, and he's in the line, and he delivers orders, and the orders get delivered, and that's how things go.
Yeah, basically. As long as he's there, Vince is in control.
That's it. And that's just how it is. That's how it is with that company. And it's sad that it's that way of the company.
It just hurts me because it's like, WCW was such a bad company, but they never messed up Sting's entrance for that part.
No, they made sure Sting was safe and protected, and
if there were things that they did absolutely perfect with was
Sting had professional riggers though. That's another big difference. Sting had professional riggers when he was to drop down. Owen didn't have a professional rigger. They just hired somebody who was like, yeah, we're gonna use this sail clip that it only takes 6 pounds of pressure to open, but you're gonna be okay. And we're just going to use one safety line. You don't need two. Two's going to get, like, what? Like, Vince has control of all that. And Vince could have easily said, just like, no, Owen did this before, and it was the safest way he did it, so let's redo it again. Vince is like, no, I want it to be quick. I don't want it to take forever. I don't want it to look bulky or funny looking.
It's because of the way WCW was doing it with Sting. How Sting would just come down from the rapids.
Yeah, and Vince saw it, and I'm pretty sure Vince saw it, or someone showed Vince, like, hey, look, this is how they're doing it. And Vince was probably like, nah, we could do it faster and make it look better. Right. No, like, why are we doing that? A man's life, legit, a man's life is in your hands, and you want to do that to save some time? Like, bro.
And now it's gone.
Come on, exactly. And now look at it. Once again, the Shield is being bashed. Like, Vince is having a bad... As much as we say we're having a bad 2020, Vince is having a horrible 2020. And it's just not looking good. Every like I said, every day I bash this guy because some news comes out where it's just like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? But that's all I have to say for the day. Any last comments or questions or anything you have?
Not much. Tomorrow SmackDown. A little Otis.
And that's all the time we have for you guys today. Thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed it, just don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bells. If you guys have any questions or comments, good or bad, you want to correct us, it doesn't matter. We're Brooklyn boys. We got tough skin. Also, thank you guys for your support. And always remember, it's never a bad thing for a roll-up in wrestling.